Good morning, my loves. So today is going to be another study vlog. I am freezing. It is -2 in the car. It is frosty, icy. It's cold. It's cold. I'm freezing. The heating's on full blast and I'm still cold. So I'm going to probably be wrapped up in 2 lots of throws while I do my uni work, but hey ho. But I decided that I am going to start my uni stuff a little bit early. My lips are so sore. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, so I technically don't start until Saturday. But Saturday, like this weekend, it is my weekend with Alice, and I have already said, when it comes to my uni stuff, majority of the time I want to do it, when I don't have Alice, basically. On the weekends, she's at her dad's, I can do stuff, but primarily it'll be when she's at school and stuff. Obviously there will be times on some holidays and things like that where I will have to. But yeah, so I was I don't really want to start this weekend. It's a really random time. I understand why, but it's such a random time to start. And obviously it's my weekend and I already sort of had some plans arranged if the weather's alright with Alice. So I thought, since I kind of have actually already done all the my uni prep that I needed and wanted to do, I could either take it and just have a rest this week before it really starts, or I could do the sensible thing and sort of get a little bit ahead of myself in some ways. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start my uni today. A little bit nerve-wracking. Thankfully it's just a welcome to Open University, the introduction to what to expect this year. So it's not really work. Next Saturday is when I actually start my module. So yeah, I thought, do you know what? Why not get a little bit ahead of myself? Also, I can possibly start doing some of my reading for my assignments, because obviously the 28th of February is when my first assignment starts. And I'm I kind of want to sort of make sure I have the whole month to do it, rather than leave it a few weeks or a week beforehand and panic. And I want to do my best, and I just sort of want to be if I start things early, so I doubt this is going to always be the case throughout uni, but right now I thought, I haven't got anything to do, let's just start early. I was meant to start it yesterday, but I came down with a Crohn's flare, so I pretty much spent 5 hours in bed to sleep, so it didn't happen. So we're going to start it today, and I don't want to do too much, because obviously it's for a whole week, so I might just do a couple of hours here and there each day, stuff like that. But we'll see. There's no harm being a little bit ahead. But I think primarily I am going to just turn my computer on. I'm going to just look at everything. I think I'm going to look through all of the tutorials, because I can now book my tutorials. See if my tutor's info's on there yet. I have been given my tutor, but that's it so far. I haven't got all the details on how to reach her and all that. There is a random person who's in the window. I think they're cleaning their window, but all I can see is them in the window. It's distracting. Anyway, yeah, so that's the plan. We're going to do some uni work today. I think I also am going to do some reads as well. I might start reading some of the stuff for my assignment, because I feel if I read it once or twice, then it's sort of stuck in my head. I understand it, and then I like will then reread it over and over to take like sort of notes, highlight things that I think are important to my assignment and things like that. So I think I might start reading a little bit of it today as well. Yeah, so you're gonna come with me and have a productive few days doing some of my uni stuff. So yeah, let's get on. I've made my coffee, so I'm gonna go and turn everything on, grab my throw because there's no way I'm keeping warm. So yeah, let's have a productive Good morning. It has been a slow morning. It's actually 11 o'clock. I don't know whether I'm having a Crohn's flare. I'm not sure whether I've just got a little bit of a stomach upset. I know there's a few stomach bugs and stomach flus going on around school, so I don't know what's going on. I just have quite a bit of a tummy ache. And yeah, so this morning I was just like, I'm going to have a slow one. So that's what we've been doing. I had like a self-care morning. I just like stayed in bed and just did some journaling, and yeah, it's just been a slow one until then my mum got a phone call, and then it went absolutely pants and chaotic. And my mum had a phone call, my granddad had a massive fall, so it's not good. So my nan has rung the ambulance, so we're now just sitting ducks finding out what's gone on. But yeah, so it then became a bit chaotic and but he's all right. He's with people. He's not on his own. I'm hoping the ambulance is there now, so we'll just wait and see what's going on. Hopefully, it's just a little bit of a concussion, nothing serious. But the fact that he can't move, very dizzy, and obviously he's got a massive big split here. It obviously is going to be stitches. But yeah, so it's just a waiting game. But so it's going to be a slow morning, but I still want to do my uni stuff, just because it gets me out of my head. I'm just worrying a little bit whether I am having a Crohn's flare, and being anxious and stressed doesn't help your Crohn's. So I'm kind of like, right, just go slow and steady, but keep my mind occupied as well. So I'm going to carry on doing my uni work. Let me sit down. So yesterday I basically just went through, what did I go through? I went through all of my tutorials and I booked quite a few. I think I may have left about 2 or 3, possibly 4, purely because it was at like a really late time and it kind of messed up with bedtime with Alice. But however, they are being recorded, so I can watch them back, so it's not like I'm missing any out. But I have booked quite a few in, so I've done that, booked them in, written them down in my diary and in my calendar. I've done, what else did I do? I started some of my actual like week 1 getting started introduction sort of thing. So I think I'm about 50% through. I think I've done like quite half. So it was just reading stuff and explaining things. There were a few little activities to do. And then one of the bits was we had to read the introduction of the first module book that we are doing, which is Reputations. So I read that introduction. It was only like 2.5 pages, and then wrote some notes on the book, and just answered another activity on there. So I think I'm about halfway through. I did try and start editing my uni prep vlog. However, my editor kept crashing. So every time I went to import my videos, it wasn't like letting me do it. I've managed to finally get it all on there, but I haven't actually edited it now. So the plan is to do that this evening, as well. But I think I'm just going to carry on doing my uni work, just going through what's on the website and just answer the activities. And just do a little bit of that. Like I said, it's going to be a slow one. I don't want to do too much, just because I'm not feeling brilliant, but also I don't want to do too much because then I'm waiting around and I'm like, shall I do the second week or what? Like, you know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah, let's just get going. I'm going to make myself a coffee and then I'm going to sit down on my desk and just sort everything out. I need to go through my emails because I keep forgetting to do that, and yesterday I had to delete about 100 and they're all like crap emails as well. But yeah, so I'm going to make myself a coffee and then let's get going. Hello, my loves. So I have got half an hour until I need to pick Alice up, and I have technically finished my first week of uni. Yeah, that didn't take me long. Oops. I do have like a reflection activity I need to do, but that's an hour long or more, and I haven't done that just because when I went to it, I was having my lunch and I thought I'm not going to have like the full hour to do it. And I didn't want to start something and then have to mid finish it sort of thing. So, I haven't done that, which I need to do that. So I'll do that tomorrow, I think. And then that's pretty much it. There's like other studying you can do if you want. So I possibly may do that next week. Otherwise I'm going to be sat fiddling my thumbs, because I don't want to get too ahead either, just in case. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, really. I did, but I'm glad I did. There was something in one of the activities and it said about looking at your forum. So I had a look at the student forum and I'm so glad I did, because there's actually a whole welcome thread that you needed to participate in, and it was going to close on Saturday, like the day it actually like technically starts. So I was like, a good job my women did that, because I would have not done it. So I literally replied on like the welcome thing, just introduced myself, like why I'm doing this module, what degree am I doing, and like sort of like why I've decided to do this and all of that. So just a little brief bit about me. And then I did see a thread, someone asking on like separate threads on the forum asking if there's anyone from like Somerset, Bristol area. So I replied back on there to see. So there's a couple of people on like Yeovil, Taunton, Minehead. So I put where I was from. So I think tomorrow, like my primary thing tomorrow is to do the reflection activity, and then I think I am going to go through some of the chats in the welcome forum and stuff, and just get the gist of that, because I literally looked at it and I was like, oh my god, this is like being in like the chat group that you used to be in at school, like MSN and all of that, and it's been a long time since I've done any of that, so I'm like, oh, okay. So I think tomorrow it's just going to be a just sort of look through the forums and answer any chats from there, do the last reflective bit, and then I think the remaining time I will just do some early reading and things like that, because I don't want to get too ahead, just in case, because obviously we will have tutorials where like some of the like subjects going to get discussed in, so I don't want to get too far into it. Like, you know, I don't want to be in a place where I'm going to be really behind, but I also don't want to be too far into it and like waiting for people to catch up and tutorials and stuff. So yeah, so I am just going to get myself ready to go and pick Alice up. I don't know fully what's going on with my granddad. My mum's just had a phone call, so I'm going to go downstairs and find out. All I know is that he did get taken into hospital, but not by ambulance. So I don't think it's too bad. I think it's more just having stitches and just making sure there's no like actual bad damage. So I'm going to find out then. But yeah, so I will probably vlog for tomorrow a little bit and then I will end it there. But yeah, it's been a really productive day considering it's been a slow, chilled one. So yeah, all systems go and I'm very excited. If it's quite laid back like this, I think I'm going to really enjoy uni, but I highly doubt it. But anyway, I am now going to disappear and I'll catch up with you all tomorrow. Good morning. We're in a little bit of a different setup today. I will actually show you, hold on. So we're downstairs. We're downstairs basically. But yeah, my parents have gone to check on my grandparents, specifically my granddad. He came out of, or he was discharged at 7 o'clock in the evening, and so he got home about 8ish. Thankfully, nothing serious. He's got 3 massive stitches behind his ear, but there's no like break, there's no damage there. They have done x-rays and scans on his hands and that because he sort of fell forward. Thankfully, no breaks there or anything. He had loads of bloods done as well, so if anything was the reason that caused him to fall or whatever, it would come up on his bloods. But thankfully, apart from stitches and being a bit sore, he is okay. But my parents just gone down just to check everything's okay. And I think also just to check that my nan's alright, because my nan's just really worried and anxious, and I think she's just sort of, because last night she just had to make sure he didn't have any concussion or anything, and pretty much my granddad, the minute he got home, he acted like nothing happened. He didn't understand why there was any fuss and things like that, so she was just a bit worried that maybe it was something to do with memory and all that, but it isn't. It is genuinely, my granddad does not like being fussed at. He doesn't like being out of his routine or anything, and so for him, the minute he got home, it was very much, right, I'm getting back to my routine, what I normally do. You know, everything's in certain aspects fine. But we actually don't know what happened to cause him to hurt himself. We don't know whether he tripped. We don't know whether like something else went on that resulted him in tripping. We don't know. He has just had cataracts done on one of his eyes. I think this is right. I can't remember. He was outside and he had sunglasses on, so we're wondering whether it just hurt his eye a little bit. And he was trying to get into the house, and because they're in a bungalow, but their garden steps are horrendous. Like they need a rail on there basically. So we're wondering whether the sun just sort of got in his eye that had a cataract on, just made it a little bit sore. And in doing so, he tripped up we don't know. He doesn't know. But like I said, bloods have been done, so if there was anything that caused the fall, it would come up. But everything's fine. He just needs to go back to the doctors a week later, just to have his stitches taken out and all of that. But yeah, so my parents just gone down, so I'm down here just for Maisie, but she's currently sleeping in the blanket in the hallway, so that's probably where she's going to be until my mum comes home. But yeah, so today's plan is more of a chilled one. I want to finish my last uni activity that I didn't get around doing yesterday, which is like a reflective task. It takes about an hour to complete, hence why I couldn't do it yesterday, because I literally didn't have an hour. So I want to finish that. I want to chat more on the uni forums. We've been told to. And also, I just want to get used to it, because it's just not my kind of thing anymore. I'm so used to like these chat groups being on WhatsApp and all that. But there's a few WhatsApp groups that have been mentioned, and there's a few people who are doing not my degree per se, but they're doing English Lit. So I might reach out to them, just because we will be doing similar things. So I just want to sort of be a bit more on there. I would like to start reading some of my reputation module book. It was mentioned in our tutor email to get, if you can, read a little bit of it to get your head around. So I want to try and do that. And I might try and do a bit more of the further study from this week one. There's a few extra bits you can do if you want to. So I might do that, just I don't really want to start my actual proper week too early, sort of thing. So I might do that, or I might start on looking into my first assignment and just sort of start planning, and sort of just like read things and make notes and just sort of start planning, because by next Saturday it literally will be a full 4 weeks until I have to submit my first assignment, and I know it's going to be my first one. I'm going to be so worried and anxious and second guessing myself. So I feel like if I have all of that week to do my uni work, but to also do that, I'm hoping it will give me time. Should I have a full-on wobbling thing and I can't do it and all that, I've got time to calm myself down and hopefully do a good assignment. So that's sort of the plans. I've already ticked off 2 things off my to-do list, which is brilliant, which is I needed to make some more room on my phone. I have so many photos, and all of them, I'm like, why have I kept photos from like 2 years ago? So I've just done a massive big delete to free up some more memory. And I've also just checked all of my emails, because I have a habit of forgetting, and then I have like 200s of emails to go through, and the majority of them are junk, to be honest. But so I kind of want to make a regular thing in the morning to do it. So if I do get any emails later on down the line, it's not that many. So I managed to tick 2 things off my to-do list at 10:30, so that's brilliant. But yeah, so I'm just going to now head on and do this activity and go from there. So that's the plan. So let's just get going.